Hey cuties, it's Frank. I know a lot of you come to our show to relax and escape and have a nice mellow time. Today's episode gets a little bit dark near the end. So just FYI, we're exploring themes of loss. And if that's not your cup of tea, you may want to bail out when there's about 5 minutes left. Alright, enjoy the show.
Hello, hello, hello. Okay, for sports fans paying attention, it is Joanne 1, Book Thief 0.
Whoa, upset of the century. How'd you do it? You hit him with a crowbar?
No, I followed your advice.
Oh, Joanne, you've been coming up this mountaintop day in and day out, and today I can call you my disciple. You have drunk of the spring of knowledge that is my good advice. May your days be long, be fruitful, and multiply. What is it I told you to do?
I followed your advice and got in touch with his parents.
Oh, yeah.
We have joined forces, and the little booger eater doesn't even know it.
What's in the envelope?
His baby pictures.
No.
They're going up all over the library.
No, Joanne,
I've got Mom and Dad's blessing.
that is diabolical. You're going to destroy this kid. You have brought a nuke to a knife fight, Joanne.
I know.
I like it.
That's what he gets for pushing me.
All right, I'm going to have to watch myself.
There's blood in the water now, and I'm a shark.
Maybe I'm going to stop teasing you. Eventually, not today, though. Get your cans on, dummy. Gotta go.
All right. Evening, cuties. Welcome to Josie's Lonely Hearts Club. I'm your host, Josie Heller. Let's spend the night together. A bolt from the blue. A watershed moment. A catalyst. A paradigm shift where suddenly everything you thought you knew is upended. Where you were looks nothing like where you're going. What you wanted isn't what you need. Some might call it rock bottom. Some would call it a breaking point. We bend and we twist and we compromise until we snap. I think we've all had moments like this. Slow motion realizations or cold shock epiphanies born from bad timing, good advice, or just the prickly backhand of experience bitch slapping us into sense. Is that what happened to you, cuties? A fork in the road? A guardian angel? Did someone or something smack you upside the head and open your eyes? Or did you just wake up one morning tired of looking at a stranger in the mirror? You know, change is hard, but the good news is it's a lot easier than stasis. You gotta give up control, loosen that grip, but it's not impossible. Maybe, just maybe, you're standing at some precipice, your toes curling over the edge of that cliff, and all you need is a little push. How about you give me a call and tell us about the first day of the rest of your life? Yeah, I'm a work in progress too, but together, I think we make a whole wing of masterpieces. Join the gallery. It's 505-555-KDNM. Let's talk about those breaking points. Frank, we got some big moments coming up. Anybody in the hopper?
Our first story of Last Straws comes from Sylvie from Blue Water.
Sylvie from Blue Water, welcome to the show.
Oh, hi, Josie. Hi. I need help real bad.
Okay, sweetie, what's up?
I'm in love with this man, and he is perfect, but I'm about to lose him, and it's all my fault.
Oh, calm down, sweetie. Hey, what happened?
Okay, so I met him. His name's Hank, and we've been together about a month and a half now, and it is just going so well.
Uh-huh.
Everything that could go right is going right, except for this one thing.
What is it?
It's his ex.
Oh, no.
No, it's not how you think. He doesn't want to get back together with her. He loves me, I think. But the problem is, this biatch he used to date, she never, ever farted. Not for 3 whole years when they were together, not once. Hank swears it's true, and so I just am trying not to fart.
Oh, no.
And it's so hard, and it's a little bit painful, and I've been giving up everything. I mean, I don't eat broccoli anymore, and I don't eat beans. Maybe because I'm focusing on it so much. When I'm with Hank, I just can't stop.
Oh.
And Josie, the worst thing is that now, when we make love, I'm doing the queefing, which is a different form of farting, but he does not like it either.
Okay, all right. This ex has twisted up Hank's mind, and he's not living in the world of the rest of us.
That's how I feel.
Is your fear that Hank won't be able to handle it if you break wind in front of him?
Well, I have, and he's been real mad. He says, "Get that stink out of here, Sylvie," and I don't know how to hold him in.
Well, what about Hank? Does he never let one loose?
He told me the rules are a little different for men. That
is so frustrating. Now, he has the audacity to be mad not only at totally natural farts, which are a completely blameless byproduct of the body just digesting your food, but also for your front bottom farts, because that's not even the same thing. That's a matter of a vacuum. That's a difference in air pressure talking. That's just physics. Maybe you start with Hank for that. You explain that there's no air in your womb. See,
all right, just say it slow, Josie. I'm writing it down. I'm going to say, Hank, there's no air up in my womb. All right, now, what else do I tell him?
You tell him that it is more than natural for human beings to fart. Now, babe, Sylvie, love does not feel uncomfortable. It's not meant to. You're supposed to be able to feel accepted around the one that you love. Men and women, the body is the same. It's no matter what. And it's only decades and generations and centuries of trying to put women into a fancy little delicate box that has reaped this kind of rhetoric. And it just chaps my ass is what it does. You should be free to rip ass in front of Hank whenever you want. I mean, there are things where it's gross, of course, at a wedding, or if you're aware of what you've eaten lately and you know it's going to be a real stinker. You can tell. Just
yeah, that was a bad one.
Exactly. It sounded hot. Yeah. Sylvie, I'm looking at this from 10,000 feet, and I only have the past couple of minutes to go off of. But if you love Hank, and if Hank loves you, this should be just a blip on the radar. And I'd have a talk and say, if you can't accept me for who I am, then this is a non-starter. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. To me, this whole thing would be dead on arrival. How would you possibly have children? There's going to be a lot of things coming out of you then, and it's gross.
This is a really good point. I'm going to go talk to Hank, Josie. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. And I think it's more important that more ladies talk about their buttholes. So I want to thank you.
I agree 110%. I'll tell him you gotta love me farts and all, Josie says.
All right. Good luck, cutie. Well, Frank, starting it off with bang, I guess. You ever date a girl a little gassy?
Oh, I prefer him that way.
Ah.
Always makes me crack a smile.
Oh, man.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Man, I could give you a tale.
Okay, well, let's see if we can't catch a whiff of our next caller.
We have Mark calling in from Santa Fe.
Mark from Santa Fe, hey.
Hi, Josie, hi. I'm calling because I think I'm on the last straw with my cat.
Okay, well, what happened?
He's a real bullshit artist, and I think I'm fed up.
How does that manifest?
The cat's always, whining and complaining and indicating there's something wrong.
Yeah.
And I go all over creation trying to get special foods. I pay a lot of money. And then I come home with all these remedies to try. And he's flouncing around like he never had a care in the world. Won't eat any of the fancy food. Will only eat my food. And I'm embarrassed. And I feel taken advantage of. And at this point, fool me 12 times, shame on the cat.
You're reaching a breaking point because you just can't please this cat, is that right?
What do you do when there's a cat you want to get rid of, but you couldn't recommend anyone take him?
Oh, yeah, because it's a little unethical to try and turn him out. If you were an outdoor cat, you might be able to just go...
I could try that, though. Maybe that's a solution. Everybody wins, Oops, where's the cat? Guess he moved on.
I'm not suggesting you disappear your cat. I just... If you're having some difficulty...
He's outsmarted me at every point this far, so... Maybe I should just talk to him.
There might be somebody who wants a cat who is not as,
Maybe somebody's not as gullible. Somebody who says, maybe it's somebody with a stronger spine than me. I'm kind of a pushover. No, that's a good idea. Maybe put some notices up, you mean? Like in the bulletin board at the market? Cat free?
Mm-hmm.
Are you a good judge of character? Can you see through lies? This cat is a good fit for you.
Yeah, only eats people food.
Okay. I'm not so helpless as I thought, huh?
You sure are not. You are not going to let a cat boss you around, are you?
Okay, well, the pizza's ready for me to bring home for the cat, but maybe I'll just eat it myself.
Well, all right, yeah. Well, somebody's got to eat the anchovies, am I right?
I have no use for anchovies. Thank you, Josie.
Hey, you're so welcome, sweetheart. Thanks for calling. Who we got up next?
Coming up next, we have Bo, calling from Puerto de Luna.
Bo. Handsome name, handsome word. Bo, how's it going? Welcome to the show.
You're making me blush, Josie.
That's what I do. What can I help you with?
I've been in a long-term relationship, and it happened like a month ago. She's like, guess what? I go, what? And she goes, my car has a boo-boo. I have to take it into the shop.
Oh.
And I went, okay, so your car broke down? No, it has a boo-boo. I have to take it to the shop. And I'm like, okay, like, are we role-playing here? So I'm like, yeah, I will drive you to the shop to take your car in, sure.
Uh-huh.
But now it's like, it's all the time. It's like, if a phone call comes in or, she's with her friends, totally normal.
Oh. Now, have you tried to get her in adult voice to contextualize why she started speaking this way?
Yes, I have. I did. I said, can the adult female come out and speak? And she's like, but I don't want to, Daddy. I'm just cringing and saying it. Well, the biggest thing is that I am questioning, like, is this the person I'm supposed to be with the rest of my life? Like...
This is a pretty complicated situation. You sound like a compassionate guy, and tell me if this feels true. Well, clearly whatever this is, this sort of age code switching, we'll call it, is helping my partner, and it puts her at ease, and if that's the case, I don't want to be judgmental. I don't want to kink shame something. Is this sort of like how you're feeling?
Right. Exactly. No.
The thing is, though, is that just because somebody has a kink does not mean that you are obligated to indulge it. Consent goes both ways. She's just sort of taken the easy way out and just kind of slippery sloped you into this world and a role that it sounds like you might not be entirely comfortable with.
Dad, you're 100% correct, and we're supposed to be married next week, and I am like, literally this morning she goes, I can't wait to be married and put our monies together in a piggy bank.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
So, Bo, you're a week out from the wedding. I would call this go time. Are you paying for the wedding?
No. That's the thing. She's the breadwinner. She's a high-powered attorney, which I love, which was what drew me to her in the first place. It's just like, where am I? But also, I want to be with that woman who's like the powerful woman, but I don't get to touch her. Like the second like she looks at me face to face, I'm like one of the dolls she's playing with in her Princess Paradise or something. It's.
I hear you, and I don't blame you one little bit. I would be very upset because what she's done is she has roped you into a game, and she didn't tell you the rules up front.
Yeah, it's like she enjoys it. It's like she's mocking me as a man. I don't know.
This is verging on a hostage situation.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is I need to call it off.
I would try to have one more lay your cards out on the table explanation. Tell her what you told me, that you see her in court, and that's who you fell in love with, that shark. And if she's got something she's got to work on, you're your partner, you're not her therapist.
Hey, man, Josie. Okay, sorry, Josie, she just came home, so I got...
Where's my big bad fiance?
Hey, sweetheart.
Coochie, come here.
Well, on that note, listen, cuties, communicate with the people in your lives, will ya? We're going to take a short break. Keep those hot little hands off that dial. Josie's Lonely Hearts Club will be back in a moment. Hi, cuties. Rachel Music here. I'm the co-creator of the show, and I play Josie. Miss Holtzinger, if you're nasty. To celebrate our season finale, I wanted to spread the love and tell y'all about a show that has certainly captured my heart. We here at KDNM might be working with your romantic fantasies, but what about the other kind? The dragon-slaying, party-questing, fireball-casting, morning-star-swinging kind of fantasy. What if there was a show that was part workplace comedy, part battle report, part group hang with 5 friends you never knew you needed? Well, enter In Between, a fantasy podcast that takes place after the adventure, when our heroes retire to the Goblin's Head Inn to argue, rest up, and hang out. From the rousing opening theme to the teaser at the end of each bite-sized episode, In Between explores the interactions between the quests, from crushes to mix-ups to outright necromancy. So think of it this way. If Josie's Lonely Hearts Club is an imagined sitcom nestled inside talk radio, then In Between is an imagined sitcom snuggled within the world of your favorite tabletop RPG. I have been listening, and I am just crazy about it. It's really charming. You can expect laughs, found family, and foamy mead. Mead. Find In Between, that's in with 2 N's, wherever you get your podcasts.
Okay, we are clear. You, looking through your blackmail?
He is gonna be so embarrassed. Oh my god, the cowlick.
Don't hog it. What do you got?
Okay. First up, naked toddler tubby time with a bubble beard.
Classic.
Him, covered in cake frosting.
It's a Peppa Pig cake.
Oh no, kid.
Oh, look in this one. He's a little cowboy.
And you're the snake in his boot.
Seems crazy to imagine such a surly little shit used to be this cute.
Well, that's the life cycle of young boys. Adorable little creatures, terrible, terrible, terrible teenagers, and then brilliant, successful radio producers.
Oh, like yourself? Oh, well, you are a specimen.
Thank you.
I mean, you should be studied.
Come on, let's go.
All right. And we're back. Welcome to Josie's Lonely Hearts Club. We've got other callers waiting to tell us a bit more about their breaking points. Frank, who's coming on up?
All right, coming up next, we have Paris calling in from Shiprock.
Paris from Shiprock. What a tantalizing collection of syllables. Welcome to the show.
Thanks so much. Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. What can I do for you?
To be really honest, my last straw is literally with myself. I just feel like the way I've been with my relationships, with my work, just the way that I show up in the world is bad. I need to change everything.
Okay. Did anything sort of trigger this?
Every day, I wake up, the person inhabiting my skin is a no from me. Can I try out basically other versions of who I can be with you?
You know what? I'd love that. Yeah.
I know this girl, her name's Clarinet, actually. And obviously, that's a chosen name. So I'm I could also have a chosen name.
If Paris is a no, then where would you start from? Do you want something classic, like an Ava, or something a little quirky, like a Juniper?
When you're saying Juniper, I'm I could wake up, I could immediately do yoga. I could be I could take a walk on my farm and touch every lavender I would have a lavender farm, and I would touch every little stalk of lavender, and I like that could be me.
Do you have a farm?
Me personally, Paris, no.
Cool. So the farm is aspirational.
Well, if I were Juniper, like, feel that I could have a farm, you know, like I could do, like part of me also just like wants to be like smarter too, you know, like I want to freaking kill at chess. I don't know, like I watched Queen's Gambit, you know, and like I was like, if I had bangs, I could probably pursue that.
Well, you know what's easier than a farm is bangs. So
bangs, chess. I feel like it's got to be more laid back. Like it's got to be more. I could learn to surf. Like I could be like.
Yeah. I feel like you.
I have really bad balance.
Well, you know, if every option feels like a bad option, you gotta start small, and you gotta start with yourself.
So like bangs.
Figure out little actionable things that you can do.
Yeah, and like scrap the whole thing. Like just be like replace myself cell by cell.
That is how it happens. You know, every 7 years, every single cell in your body has died and been regenerated. So in many ways, every 7 years, you are a brand new person.
I can't wait 7 years. I cannot wait 7 years. I'm gonna go to a kickboxing gym. I'm gonna punch some stuff. I'm gonna bulk out.
Yeah.
No, because I have a softer side as well, you know? Like I could.
You know what I'm hearing that is actually exciting is you sound like a well-rounded, three-dimensional human being. So I feel like maybe trying to just tweak the things that you don't love, as opposed to trying to jump both feet first into a whole new persona. You know, that way lies danger. You're setting yourself up for disappointment to try and be a brand new person overnight. Come on.
Yeah, that's kind of true, because, like, before I was Paris, I was Quincy, and, like, Quincy was, like, Quincy was, like a little secretary, like a little, so sorry, sir, like, so that's who I was, and, New Year last year, and now New Year this year, new me, this me.
Got it. So Quincy has run its course. Paris has run its course. It's like a season for you, right? Just your. If it's that easy, do you mind if I just like give you?
God, I would love that. Yeah, just tell me what to do.
You bet. Juniper only wears capris. Only capris. Ankles always showing.
I've got great ankles.
Juniper's always wearing a wristwatch. Juniper knows what time it is at all times. So that Juniper can always just say like, well, it's, 4:14. That's not Juniper's voice.
That was not at all Juniper's voice. This is Juniper's voice. Oh my God, everything's changing.
Yeah, you feel it?
Something's coming over me. It's
you feel the capris, you feel the watches, yeah.
Like my lungs are full of fresh new air, and it's
only 40s big band jazz. That's all Juniper listens to. Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm gonna go ride a horse.
Do it, yeah.
I'm gonna go ride a horse.
Ride a horse.
Thank you, Josie.
Oh, Juniper.
Thank you so much.
You bet.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, come on. Listen, everyone's a little lost sometimes, and sometimes it's easier just to work off a template.
Great.
I'm just saying, sometimes you fake it until you make it. Who do we have coming up next, Frank?
Up next in our hopper, we have Charlotte calling in from Gallup.
Charlotte from Gallup. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Hey, good to have you. What can I do for you?
Well, I have a problem, and I'd really love your advice or any thoughts you have. I'm really concerned that I only like my boyfriend because I like his dog.
Oh, okay.
I met them both at the same time. We were walking in the park, and of course, my boyfriend was the first person I talked to, but then I got down on my knees and I met Chester. He's a soft-coated Wheaten Terrier, and he just couldn't be cuter.
Oh, I love Wheatons. Little stubby tails that just tick-tock, tick-tock. Oh, my God.
Yes. Oh, the Wheaten Greetin', and they just get up in your face and they give you these amazing kisses that are honestly more passionate than what I feel with my boyfriend.
Oh, I mean, you don't mean it.
No. When I see Chester, I know he loves me, he wants me around, he cuddles with me all the time, and I don't get those vibes from my boyfriend.
Well, if I were to ask your boyfriend, hey, what does Charlotte bring to the table? What do you think your boyfriend would say?
Well, I think he would say that I am incredible at, feeding Chester and taking Chester on walks. And I do this really good Chester voice, like when we imagine that Chester is, a person and it's like, oh, hi, everybody. I love you. Welcome home.
Is the concern here that you think that you're staying in the relationship for Chester and not for your boyfriend? That you're more excited to...
Well, it's twofold, because I'm worried about that, but I'm almost even more worried that I'll break up with my boyfriend because I'm not sure that I'm in love with him, and then I'll lose Chester forever.
Ah, geez, what a bind to be in, Charlotte. Do you have a dog yourself?
No, it's just Chester for me.
Maybe you don't need a boyfriend. Maybe you just need a dog.
I weirdly feel like my boyfriend is replaceable, but Chester just isn't. Would you advocate, theft ever?
Oh, I can't in good conscience, but this is an unconventional request. You could essentially go to your boyfriend and ask for a demotion and say, can I not be your girlfriend? And could I be your dog walker, house sitter, dog sitter instead?
Oh, that's really smart, actually.
If it's a place where you could have a clean breakup and no real hurt feelings, I think that your boyfriend or ex would appreciate, you helping out with Chester. Here's a radical question. Is Chester fixed?
He's not.
Well, then you could get a female Wheaton.
I could make my own Chester. Wow. I love this idea. I mean, it's brilliant.
Oh, well, great. In that case, maybe I should stop while I'm ahead. I do wish you and Chester, and or potentially this boyfriend, loads of happiness, but definitely you and Chester. It sounds like you two really have something special.
Thank you so much, and expect a birth announcement in the mail.
Oh, I will keep an eye out, my dear. Thank you for calling, Charlotte.
Thanks.
Frank, anybody else on the line?
Coming up next, we have Xander calling in from Grants.
Xander from Grants, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Josie. I'm just trying to figure out how much of a future there is, or isn't, for my, marriage.
Gosh, well, okay. Well, what seems to be the problem?
I've had friends who've, wound up divorced, and a lot of us kind of saw it coming, and even they saw it coming, but me and my wife are the last people anybody would have predicted would be, having such a rough go of it.
Okay.
Until, around this time last year, we're at the playground, me and my son, and he had an accident, and he took a fall. You kind of, just from even the sound of him landing, you could, anyway, landed on his neck. The doctors said that if he had taken the fall literally on premises at the yard, even then there would have been nothing they could do. I mean, it was, a no recovery possible situation.
God, Xander, I'm so sorry. Yeah, so now you are married, and there's a hole. Is the grief trying the marriage a little too much?
Yeah. It just feels broken.
Yeah.
She doesn't blame me. She's never said that she does. It's kind of there in the air,
Yeah. Have you two spoken to anybody, a counselor?
We tried. On the day neither one of us showed up.
I mean, listen, Xander, I can't tell you what to do. And You know, I don't give this advice lightly. This is something that will either take a tremendous amount of work with you and your wife to move past, and you may find, even if you do the work, that it's just too raw.
On the one hand, the fact that I wouldn't see anybody who really knew what had happened really, you know, and who didn't really know him and didn't really know. But also, I'm now someone that has had this happen, and I don't know that it's right or okay for me to try to be with anyone else. Like, I don't know that I'm really... And at the same time...
Yeah.
I think about just, you know, if we did split up, it's like, yeah, we wouldn't have to see each other every day and see sort of the shape of what we once were, but it's empty now.
Here's the messed up part, is that even if you were to divorce and move to opposite ends of the world, the two of you are connected because of this thing that happened.
Yeah.
There is a way, a long, hard, arduous way for that relationship to transmute itself from something tragic into something stronger. It's not easy, and like I said, it'd be close to a miracle, but it has happened. It can happen.
Right now, it feels like we are, you know, like each of us is the Band-Aid that gets ripped off of the other every day.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get home from work and I can just feel that she, over the course of the day, has grown, like, coldly furious with me. And then over the course of the evening, there's, like, a point. Sometimes it's pretty late, but there's a point where she sort of softens. And I almost feel bad, like I've reset her back to 0 when she had made a little progress. Like, if we split up and then after a few weeks she, like, hated my guts like I was Satan, I think she'd be in a stronger position and I'd be willing to give that to her.
I do know what you mean. You feel like she deserves to be mad at you?
I'm f***ing mad at me.
Xander, you're her person. She picked you.
She did choose me. We chose each other. Or, you know, we chose each other on the understanding that we were people who were happy and had happy lives. We deserve the chance to maybe choose each other again in the versions of ourselves that we are now, in the world that we understand now more than we did before. But it's also possible, I think, that not everything gets a second chance. I think most things can get one good chance. Clearly feels like it's over and we just don't want it to be. I chose her, she chose me, we chose each other. Our son, you know, arrived and we chose him. And then that decision undid itself and yeah, we're just both lost.
Look, I know we've just been talking a couple of minutes, Xander, but it would definitely, it would keep me up at night a little to know that you just kind of left. There's got to be like a light, right? That's the two of you together, miserable, might still be better than the two of you apart, miserable, right?
Like, it's us together, miserable, kind of is undoing little by little what we have had before. Like,
Sure. And if that's the case, and you would rather have the memories that you have and keep that sacrosanct and shove it into a little shoebox and stick it under your bed, then that is your prerogative, Xander. That's what you get to do. That is a choice that you get to make. But you've got to make that choice then. Because if you're doing this to try and keep something sacred, to preserve the memory of it, that is very selfish and it's very understandable, and I see why you'd want to do that. But if you do that, do your wife a favor and don't look back.
I mean, I've got enough people being mad at me all the time anyway. But wish me luck. Goodbye.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Josie. You okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, cuties. Yeah, Frank, you're gonna have to take us out.
I got it. Hey, cuties, everyone. It's Frank. Thank you for listening. Coming up in the next hour is Worm Burners Are Us. Join Zeke and Dan as they go around their backyard with a magnifying glass, showing those critters who's boss. It's a sensation for your ears and your hearts. Worm Burners Are Us, coming up next, only on KDNM. Okay. Now just... Oh. Right. Hey there. So, Josie's Lonely Hearts Club was created by Rachel Music and Maximilian Clark. This episode was edited by Aliza Brugger. Today's callers included the talents of Marnina Schon, Geoff Grimwood, Lorch, and Meghan Falcone. The show is produced by the swell folks over at the Good Story Guild. Check them out on Instagram at Good Story Guild. Follow us on our Discord for the latest. We're gonna take a week off, and then we'll see if we can find Josie, I guess. Love you.